and welcome to CIO News. I am Khushbu Soni, your host for the broadcast and chief editor at CIO News. This is our exclusive interview series on the topic of digital transformation on the edge. It is a recorded session and will be available on our website, that is cionews.co.in, and our CIO News LinkedIn handle. It's my pleasure to invite our guest for today. We have Nikhil Asopa, the Senior Vice President and Head Customer Service at Tata New. Nikhil is a Senior IT Advisor with 24 plus years of experience in the IT and ITES industry, including 5 years in the business process services domain. He brings on the table of exceptional skills in aligning technical postures, strategizing with executive leadership team, and delivering business transformation, complemented by strong commercial acumen. He is strategically involved about technical challenges and delivers large-scale projects across USA, Middle East, APAC, Japan, and India. Nikhil, it's a pleasure to have you today and really looking forward to having this discussion with you.
Pleasure is mine, Khushbu, and thank you so much for a beautiful introduction. I just went past my history and recollected all the memories while you were talking about me. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Nikhil, we also accompanied by Nishant Shrivastava, General Manager and Global Head Center of Excellence for Unified Communication and Collaboration from Tata Communications. And Nishant has 15 plus years of experience working with various brands such as ANZ, WebEx, Tata Teleservices, and now Tata Communications. Nishant, welcome and looking forward for you to accompany me on this discussion.
Thank you.
Great. We also have Abhishek Sharma, the Associate Vice President Sales at Tata Communications. Abhishek is a sales professional with over 15 plus years of experience in the ICT industry, a process and a proven track record in delivering results in variety sales roles across several verticals. Abhishek, pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to be here, Khushbu, and great to see you, Nikhil, as well.
Same here, Abhishek.
Look forward to the session.
Awesome. So to begin with, Nikhil, wanted to put across my first question. You've worn multiple hats in your career in the ICT industry, from marketing, relationship management, to being a country leader and now a leader in the domain of customer experience. All of these roles have had a dimension of customer experience in them. How has your outlook towards customer experience evolved across multiple journeys?
So, Khushbu, one thing, though it's been a 26 years of my journey in the corporate world, when I started with TCS and then I did a stint in Wipro and before joining Tata Digital. One thing which has been pretty common, at the center of my entire different roles which I have played is the customer, right? Whether when started as a business analyst, I used to work with business customers on one side and my technical team, which are my stakeholders on the other side, and how I used to basically bridge being a business analyst, their requirements to the technical solutions which we used to produce. And then I moved on to become a relationship manager where my stakeholders were CIOs and CTOs, and the agenda was to how to make my customers' experience better so that they can help their respective organizations in what we deliver and what we do for them. And then did some roles as a country head for Japan. I was managing India geography. And then now being the customer service head for Tata Digital. All in all, this has helped me to take from where I started off dealing with that set of customers to the new set of customers. By the way, when I did all my previous roles, it was mostly on a B2B side of customers. When I did a role in TCS where I was heading the entire customer experience team globally for all the verticals in TCS, that was a time when I personally learned a lot about how the customer behavior are different for different industry. So whether it was a banking to a retail industry, to a CPG companies, to a travel, to a hospitality, all were my clients, and they had all different needs, okay, of how we have to service the customers. That is something which has actually helped when I joined Tata Digital and started my journey as a customer service head for, and when we launched Tata New as our app, uh, it was very, it basically helped me from a perspective, because since I have worked in different industries while I was in TCS, this particular app gave all the different industry verticals under one roof, which is the Tata New App, what we have it. Correct. So that my experience of working for different customers in TCS days, and combining all that experience to exhibit and to basically demonstrate the same experience to our customers who come and shop in Tata New, okay, was very, very productive. How it has changed? Okay, as I said, the customer needs remain same. The only thing what customer want is how we can service them in the most efficient way, and actually not only service them but to delight them. Okay, that has not changed. Okay, the methods would have changed, the channels would have changed, the methodology would have changed, but the need of what customer want, okay, from this part of the organization always has been help me deliver the service, delight me, because I will go through our app having a perfect journey, but there will be some imperfections. Okay, the job of customer service team is to make sure those imperfections are converted into perfections or help to the best of customer satisfaction. That is what I have learned. That is what we have been doing at Tata Digital.
Fantastic. Greatly put, Nikhil. My further question is, Tata New being the largest super app in the Indian market in terms of collaboration and collection of brands, how would you define an ideal customer journey roadmap across various brands under Tata New? Like, also, what are some of the key metrics that you would focus on for a superior, integrated, and personalized customer experience?
See, as you know, the construct of Tata New App, right? It is an app which basically has multiple categories, right? From grocery to medicine to hotels, okay, to electronics to fashion, okay, and lot of other brands, right? So it's a one-stop shop for all our customers who can, rather than having so many different apps, they can basically come to one app, and that's what the concept of super app is. Right? Yeah. The underlying principle of Tata New App is our loyalty program, which essentially means that, okay, you can shop across all categories. You can earn new coins as a part of our New Pass program. As a New Pass member, you can earn coins across categories, and you can burn across categories. See, earlier, when you were actually a loyalty member of a particular company or an organization, you were able to burn only on those organization or those company, right? Now you have a flexibility of earning it in any one category and burning it in another category. For example, just think of a situation where a customer goes and buy an electronics item, whether it is an iPhone or a refrigerator or a microwave, from our electronics category, from our company Chroma, and the points what he earns, he can actually go and dine at a Taj hotel, right? In the previous days, you were able to use those points, okay, only for those categories. But now you can cross leverage. Okay, you stay at Taj or you fly Air Asia or Air India Express now, and you can use those points to buy your grocery from Big Basket. So that is a unique concept which we came up with, right? Now, having said that, okay, there was a lot of learnings which we had it. So when we started off our customer experience journey, we had a lot of deliberations of how to basically structure this. And we started off with having a team which should know all the elements of Tata Digital or Tata New App, super app, okay, where every associate whom you talk to or you chat to should be aware of different categories. But we realized that, okay, this is something which we need because there are different categories and we'll keep adding more and more categories. We realized it will be good to have a more domain experts as a part of those teams rather than having an associate which knows everything from a hotel knowledge to a electronics knowledge to a grocery and to a pharmacy. Okay. So we, after a lot of deliberations and lot of study, okay, we came up with a verticalization approach, which essentially means that if a customer is trying to basically need some help on a grocery part, okay, he can go and talk to a set of people who are specialized in grocery. Similarly in electronics and similarly in hotels or flights. Okay, that gave us an advantage twofold. One is we did not burden our agents or associates with lot of information for them to basically know of, because ours is the industry and e-commerce continues to changes, this offer, that offer, this campaign. Okay, so for that, okay, it was a little more for an associate to basically absorb all those changes and details. So that was one. But more importantly, it was a very specialized knowledge which an associate was able to give to a customer, okay, to solve their queries. And that's what we did as a part of this journey. You asked about the metrics. Okay, one of the metric, and actually, though we have lot of metrics which we measure, which are very important and essential for the running of the operations, but the metrics which are very, very important are the metrics which basically gives us the feedback directly from the customer. And that essentially is our NPS, the Net Promoter Score, which we measure it. And we measure it across channels. So whether it is a voice, whether it is a chat, whether it is an email, whatever channel, WhatsApp, we measure this NPS across channels. Okay. And that becomes the most important, because not only it gives me a score of how many people are satisfied or happy, or for any reason detractor, but it also helps me give us the qualitative reasons of where we can do better. So a big engine works on the NPS program, where we collect all this information at different invocation points. When the person is on the app and searching for some product, where the person is checking out, when the person is paying, with the post-purchase journey of delivery, when a person calls customer service, at each of these invocation points, we measure NPS. And as I said, more important is the qualitative feedback which we got from these people. And that becomes a very good source of data from customers of where we can do better. And I can tell you this particular exercise of collecting the feedback is being reviewed every week and sometimes twice a week, okay, at the highest level in the organization, of what customers are talking about. What are the areas where we can do more? And our entire roadmap of what we have to do it for the next quarter, 6 months, 1 year is based on what customer talks about. So from a metric perspective, NPS and the different feedback what we get around NPS is the main metric which we measure our customer service effectiveness.
Got it. Great. Great, Nikhil. I would want to give Nishant an opportunity to put across his question.
Sure, Khushbu. So Nikhil, you just told about there are various channels across which you measure, let's say, NPS and other metrics for the customers, right, for the success. Now, we are also seeing this trend, right? So customers are more and more adopting these digital channels. But the fact is, like, even voice channels are not dying, right? Channels like chatbots, your IVRs, self-service digital channels, I would say, rather, they are more and more coming up, and more and more enterprises are adopting for maybe a pre-sales journey, a sales journey, or a post-sales journey, right? So, but then the voice channel is also being played up. It's not that it's completely dying. Now, how do you see going forward? What could be the balance be like for Tata Neo in this mix, right? How do you see all this happening, all this coexistence of everything being taken together?
So, Nishant, I'm pretty sure you are aware, but the e-commerce industry itself has changed from one type of or one channel purchase journey to multiple channel purchase journey as well, right? So because the industry has evolved from that, so are the functions which are part of this industry and which includes customer experience and customer service as well. So today we have an excellent adoption of digital channels because that's a need, that's a requirement, because the people who are our customers, okay, comes from different demographics, different age group, different preference of channels, which basically they prefer to shop and interact with us, right? So hence we have a very excellent adoption of digital channels. And so we started off our journey with having all the channels, including WhatsApp, bot, chat, emails, voice as well, okay, as a part of it. And then we moved recently, I'm talking only about a bot perspective. We had a menu bot, which was basically a chat bot which was surveying. And we recently moved last month to an AI bot, which is a completely NLP based bot. Okay. And it has helped a lot of information, of course, to us, but it has also helped customers, okay, to get their queries asked in different manners rather than selecting a question and they're not finding this question in the menu. Okay. So that has been there. The evolution of digital channels is absolutely important and it is perfect for this industry. But at the same time, our intention is not to do 100% digitization of these of or let me put it this way. Our intention is not that our channel should only be digitized, and we would continue to work with traditional mode of communication or channels as well. And the reason is very simple. Though I understand the requirements of digital channels and they are very good and they do give us good results, but there are certain use cases, Nishant, which are specific, okay, to be either responded through in a very intimate fashion, like a voice as a channel, right? For example, I can resolve a query of somebody comes on a bot and asks me what is my PNR number for my flight from Mumbai to Delhi. Okay, and I can give a bot can give a PNR number. It's a very simple use case, right? Or when is my order getting delivered? Okay, or what is my new coins balance? Okay, these are very important but simple queries, as well as a plain queries where a person can interact with the bot. But think of it when, for any reason, a delivery gets delayed. Okay, and we have to basically talk to a person because something which probably a truck has broken. Okay, which was delivering this product. Okay, in that case, it will be very, I would call it as less sensitive to inform a customer that, okay, even though you wanted this by 3 p.m., okay, you will now get it by, let's say, 8 p.m. Rather, I would give a call to the customer, have an interaction, and that's where the voice helps. Voice basically helps in giving that emotional connect with the customer. And most important thing is empathizing with customer. Okay, yes, I understand your problem. Yes, I know you wanted it by 3 p.m. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the reason why it happened, and it will get delivered by 8 p.m. Okay. I can tell you, Nishant, the same answer given by a digital channel or a bot, okay, or the answer given by a person, human calling and telling the customer, it has a lot of difference. It has a lot of, a customer feels, okay, yes, I understand this is a problem. Okay. And you took a pain to call me and reach out to me. You spent your time rather than giving it only to a bot to answer my query. Okay. That doesn't mean that, okay, we will not have that option in a bot. For people who would like to basically interact on bot, they'll still have it. But voice, in my view, in the near term, at least until we come up with anything new, okay, would continue to remain for a sole reason that we need to have a one-to-one interaction, an emotional interaction with their customers. And in customer service, a lot of the basic principles of customer service are empathy and emotional connect. That I don't want to dilute it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Thanks, Nikhil. Thanks. That was a great answer. What do you?
Thanks, Nishant. Thanks, Nikhil. Abhishek, question.
Yeah, thanks, Khushbu. So I had a question. In fact, it was interesting, Nikhil, to hear about your journey in the CX domain. and how your experience of managing various B2B segments actually helped you, prepare yourself in a way for Tata New, which probably is the most complex of it all, because we have literally every segment present as a customer, right? As a channel to reach out to your end customer, right? So, and of course, the dynamics of CM and the dimensions of CX are also quite different depending upon the vertical. For example, if you're talking about luxury or you're talking about financial services, you have this element of consulting that plays an important role. Guidance, guiding the customer, that plays an important role. We speak about some of your, services like QSR and fashion and things like that. That's where, prompts and these things cannot take a more important role. And hospitality, flights, there again, the cost comparison becomes, so there's a very different dimensions, based on the industry segment. And you kind of touched upon this in your earlier commentary, but would be good to know how you're actually strategizing to align these various dimensions and kind of create a, knowledge base and expertise, across these various domains.
Sure, Abhishek. So, as I was telling you, right, so 2-3 things. One is my experience working across different industry verticals while I was with TCS, and we were servicing customers across the globe, across industry verticals. And then few years later, okay, I'm actually heading a customer service team, which actually is, which has the app, which has all these verticals as part of one app, right? Okay, so it was as if my experience in all these industries earlier was meant to basically bring into this particular role which I'm playing it now. But I'll tell you, it is, as I said, it was a very interesting journey, right? And you very rightly said, right? The way you basically service a customer who has a query on flights, which actually will take off, let's say, in next 12 hours or 24 hours, versus a hotel reservation, which potentially will have it, let's say, few days down the line, versus a pharmacy customer who needs that medicine, okay, or a lab test immediately, okay, because of the need what he has, or what because of prescription of the doctor, are completely different, right? Now, to house all these things under one umbrella and give them a different customer experience, okay, is definitely a challenge. Okay, at the same time, so let me first tell you how did we basically tackle it, how did we basically handle this particular thing. So earlier, when we started off, we had a common base, and we basically were asking all the people to basically be knowledgeable in all these domains. But then we realized, and this was one of the lessons which we learned, was how do we bring the domain expertise, and not only the domain expertise, but also the experience part of it, which is different for different needs of the customer. Okay, a hotel customer, okay, staying in a Taj or a Ginger hotel would be having a different expectation than a grocery customer or with an electronics customer who is actually ordering the first iPhone for his son. Okay, so these are different customers, but the common thread was that every customer has to be dealt with empathy, dealt with as if you are the person who had this problem or issue for which you are calling or chatting with me. And how do we bring the seamless customer experience so that his or her problem is solved, or his or her query is solved? Not necessarily every time it's a problem. It may be some query, some information which a person wants. Okay. So we started studying, and a deep study was done at each of these different industry verticals, and how the customer experience is given in this. And then we blended all these things with keeping the principle very simple, that it has to be empathetic. We have to be empathetic. We have to give a quality, faster resolution time to our customers who reach out to us for anything. So those principles remained same. On top of it, the industry domains came in, the experience on those industries came in. Okay, and then we created the team. I'm happy to share, when we started our journey, okay, our NPS was single digits. Okay, now we are 50 plus. Okay, and it is really helped us not only from a perspective of how we basically learned from some of the things, and all that learnings came from our customers' feedback, but also bringing technology into it. Okay, bringing the different domain expertise into it. Because one of the things which we also, as a part of our super app, because it has multiple categories, it also becomes important for us to educate our customers that all the coins which you have, as a part of new pass member, the new coins which you have been earning, okay, they can be spent across categories. Now, when a person talks about, let's say, on a spend which they have done on an IHCL hotel, okay, and he or she has some 3,000 new coins, we can educate them. You can go and buy something in electronic store, or you can go and buy something on grocery. Then an agent or associate should also be knowing that, okay, how we can do it on those. So net, you have to be an expert in the particular vertical and domain. At the same time, you should have the broader principles of Tata New and the principles of based on which the Tata group has been based, which is a trust, which is empathy. So that's how we combine it. So a principle of Tata group, then the principle of Tata New, which is across categories, and the vertical domains. So blend of these three basically help us in building this team and providing the service what we are doing it today.
Very good. Thanks, Nikhil, for that answer. I think it opens, it clarifies the concern I had. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, great interaction, Nikhil. Wonderful insights. Thank you for sharing the vision, what strategies are going behind, for Tata New. Thank you for sharing those with us on this platform, and it was wonderful conversing with you. One last question: any suggestions that you would want to share with CX heads viewing this interview on our platform?
See, that is completely based on my experience, and especially in the last 1 year, or actually 1.5 years, we did a pilot launch, and then our full-fledged launch was on 7th April, and we are nearing our first anniversary. A very simple suggestion which I practice, okay, is the normal operational metrics, okay, would be very important, okay, to run day-to-day operations. But on top of all these operational metrics, okay, you have to put the customer metrics, which is showing empathy to the customers, okay, making sure the customer feedback is, a lot of times I have seen organizations which basically collects the feedback, but do not close the loop. What I call it is closing the loop is very important, because once you get the feedback, you action on those feedback and correct it. Otherwise, what will happen is customers stop giving feedback, because then they think that, okay, there is no point of giving a feedback if those are not being action, or something has not been taken an action on, right? So my suggestion would be, I can't advise, but my suggestion to all my peers, okay, in this role would be, take that as the utmost important parameter. Okay, that will really help. Okay, because we all know customer is the king, customer is at the center of everything, and let's practice that. Okay, once we have that, I'm telling you, all metrics, whether it is operational or strategic, all will fall in line. Okay, we'll all meet those metrics. Let's focus on one thing of how to make them happy. Not only make them happy, delight them.
Absolutely. Fantastic conversation. Thank you so much once again, Nikhil, for joining us today on CIO News platform. Thank you, Abhishek and Nishant, for helping me moderate this.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you all, Khushbu, Nishant, Abhishek. Okay, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Likewise, Nikhil. Thank you.